and now all these TikTok girlies being like, trying chicken tikka, which I'm glad you like it.
God.
I'm glad you like it.
They're always
but
like-
where was that energy?
What was that?
Okay, so it's like a Brad. I'm gonna tear off and
And then I'm gonna put it on a fork.
It look-
and then
it
I'm
looks-
gonna dip it in the
it looks like some kind of sauce.
yeah.
Dip it in.
Today we have
Satish.
Satish on our podcast.
I know
Satish
that's
is our
right,
dear
yeah.
friend.
What's up, dog? How you
He's
doing, bro?
Bratish, as some of
Bratish.
you may know him.
Bratish.
Yeah,
the
the vibes.
Indian
That's
frat
right.
guy.
Hey.
Big TikToker.
Big
You know,
TikToker.
you probably have seen him.
Yeah.
Most people are like,
Stop it.
oh wait, yeah, like
Yep.
I've seen Satish. You know, I
Yes,
follow
Dallas,
Satish.
Dallas
like,
realized he followed you for a long
Yeah.
time.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Holy
After
shit.
filming, yes. So
That's
big
amazing.
guy.
Yeah, very huge. And you just recently did like your first like acting.
Yeah, you posted
Yeah.
an acting TikTok, which was
Yeah.
so exciting, and it was
incredible.
great.
I
Yeah,
loved it.
I'm actually like really glad you guys of all people like it because I have such like high respect for your guys's like taste and your talent that you have because I mean like
You're
so sweet,
it's
bro.
it's one thing if my mom's like, oh, like great job, like yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
your fucking job, but like coming from you guys like. Because I mean, we see it all. At least I do.
Yeah.
Whenever we're shooting sketches with Prance, like,
Yeah.
like the fact that you guys can just like flip a switch and just like kill it and do exactly what you're supposed to do it, how you're supposed to do it, how it's envisioned.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's like
This is an honor.
it's
this
awesome.
is-
Like even like I love like even when it's a sketch that I'm not in, like I like to just like stand by and like watch you guys do your thing because like, I'm like taking like mental notes. Like
he was doing that today. I looked over by where the mops were, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
Satish
yeah.
just sitting
I was
there
in the back corner.
watching.
I was like, hi.
It was so cute.
That
It
is
was
so sweet.
Cute.
That is
Thank you.
such
That
a sweet thing to
it-
say.
It
And you're
really does mean a
incredible
lot
in the
to
sketches
you.
as well.
Yeah, you're
in the
incredible.
sketches
I'm
as well.
so
and you were
glad.
incredible. What made you decide you wanted to do an acting vid?
So I mean, I've always loved doing the funny videos, like but like that's not like my end goal. Like I mean, I feel like my end goal. Like, I do want to get more into writing and acting, and I was kind of like, I was waiting for a long time to just be like, oh, like if the videos like if my videos keep doing well, like someone will like pick me up or hit me up or whatever, and like and obviously I feel like I am kind of getting those reps in with like the sketches we do.
Yeah.
But at certain points, I was kind of like, I want to take this by the horns and like, why wait for someone else to do it? I can just try to do it
Exactly.
myself.
Yourself.
I can try
Exactly.
to do it myself. Why not? It's not going to be pretty at first. Like I know that's not perfect, but the goal is like, I would love to someday look back at that and be like, that was super cringe. But I'm glad I did it because that's the
I'm going to be
first step.
truthful with you, though. I'm going to be truthful with you. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful,
And it was incredibly well shot.
It was well
and
shot.
Incredibly
I was
well
like,
acted.
yeah, like I don't know if you officially storyboarded, but I was like, these shots are really
Yeah.
beautiful.
The
and
next
creative.
thing that you do is going to be even more incredible than that. But I think you're going to look back at that and be like, damn, I can't believe that I did that. And that was my first thing that I did.
Yeah.
Because so many people do. And you did STEM in college, right? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Still do.
Still,
Hey,
do.
amen,
Yeah,
amen.
amen.
Shout out to STEM,
Amen.
baby.
Still, yep.
I feel like maybe in like in like performance based education, we kind of see people do their first thing and it's ass, bro. Like I'm telling like it's bad, bro.
It's
It's
insanely
bad.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like-
sorry.
And y'all know,
You guys
like
know.
you read it
Like,
back,
get
you
over
read
it,
it back.
you
You
know?
know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
come on,
Like
we all know.
fucking first
My
script,
shit was terrible.
my shit,
yeah.
first script I fucking wrote when I got to Los Angeles. I fucking don't like. But I do think one day it's going to be good. But like,
Yeah.
I don't like where it's like it just takes time, bro. It takes
Mm-hmm.
time, but it's hard to nail it on your first go, and you nailed it on your first go. I mean,
You
I
did nail it on
appreciate
your first go.
It's funny though, because like I've always wanted to like get into arts and like because like growing up, like I don't mean to brag, but I was a lead role in my 5th grade play,
I know
All
that's
right,
right.
and I
that's right.
know that is
what
correct.
Was the play?
Schoolhouse Rock.
I know that's right. I
Yes.
know that's right.
You guys know Conjunction Junction?
I know
Absolutely,
Conjunction Junction.
I do.
Mhm.
Yo, I fucking killed that shit.
Incredible.
Wow,
Incredible.
chills.
That's awesome.
And I
Chills.
know it
That
was
was awesome.
amazing. And I know it was amazing.
But
Mhm.
if I ever find a video of it, I'll send it to you guys.
Incredible.
Please.
But nah, but I it was just like I definitely grew up in a place where like if you wanted to be cool, like you had to like play lacrosse or like
yeah.
sports, and I did naturally.
This is the
but, like,
Northeast.
yeah,
Yeah.
I for context, I grew up in a pretty predominantly white town in
Yes.
Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and I mean, like, every kid just wants to like fit in, right?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like everyone was either like, oh, he was like a cool jock that like played sports, or they were like, oh, he's a fucking like dork that like does like theater and like music and the arts and like writing and shit. And I always kind of like was like stuck in between, and I couldn't decide. I was like, and at the same time, it's like it was totally possible to do both, but I
For
just
sure.
like, but it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard
to do both.
as a kid to like believe in yourself and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I could do both.
Yeah.
Let me see where this can go.
Mm-hmm.
So like since from a young age, like I guess like like behind closed doors, I was really like, anytime I like consumed entertainment in a certain capacity, I was like a student of it. Like
Yeah.
I would think of it as like oh, like the way that that joke was delivered was great. The way that like that dialogue was written was awesome, or the way the actors did it, like it, like really the writing wasn't, I didn't think it was that good personally, but they brought it to life. Especially because like I said, like I kind of like I had a really hard time like finding a sense of identity.
Yeah.
So like to escape that, I quite literally would like dive into like listening to music or like watching movies or watching TV shows, because that was just like that's a constant. You know what I mean? Like you're following these constant characters, and it's just like, yeah. So I feel like it. Yeah, I did end up doing STEM, but like, and still am, but like,
Don't let him forget.
Yeah.
Still in school.
Hey.
Still in school.
No, but yeah, I've definitely always wanted to dive more into that and take that leap of faith. And 2 weeks ago, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Why not? Like,
You did it so well. too.
There's
It was
always
so
got to
high
be a
quality.
first, you know?
It was
It's
so high
like,
quality. I mean, it was just so well shot. I'm like, oh my god, the
well
cuts
shot,
and
well
clean. I'm
acted,
oh my
you know,
God.
like,
I'm
yeah.
What the fuck?
is it okay if I talk about it more?
For
in
sure.
yeah. Oh, for
So,
sure.
please.
spoiler alert. If anyone, I don't know if anybody wants to watch it or not, but
Please,
like,
no, you should. You really should. You
yeah.
should check it out.
so basically, I wrote this short about a guy who's leaving a voicemail to his brother.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like telling him like yo, like this girl I'm seeing, I'm planning on proposing to her. It's kind of crazy. Like I want you to be my best man. So like when you get a chance, call me back. But then it kind of just does like a whole 180 on a dime, and it's like he starts like breaking down, crying, and basically the whole premise is supposed to be like, oh, like something terrible must have happened to this brother. Like I don't know if he's missing or like in a coma or dead or something. I wanted to give that ambiguity,
Yeah.
and let people interpret it however they want to. And he's kind of just like at the same time coping with like his relationship with his brother. What could he have done better? What did he do well? And the thing that I really liked about it and like kind of am proud of is that like it wasn't like spoon fed.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a problem a lot with a lot of like entertainment, is that it's very like cookie cutter and like a 4-year-old can digest it. And like I liked that at the beginning. It really just seemed like brother to brother banter. Like I'm like roasting the shit out of this brother that roasting my dead brother. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I thought that was like, not to toot my own horn, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
It was great. And how long was it? It was
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minute long monologue. Nobody else on the thing.
Right.
That I feel like is
It's
something that needs to
impressive.
be spoken, because that's the type of that's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not an easy
Not
thing to
easy.
do, is to be able to capture people's attention and be able to do it for a long period of time, and then especially to be able to, you know, tell that story. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that,
Yeah.
what we teach like what is taught in theater, you know, like what we practice is doing 60-minute monologues. You know what I'm saying? For like auditions. and
60
things like that.
second, you
60
mean?
second. Oh, geez.
I was
Christ.
like, God
damn. All right, Larry King. What the fuck?
That would be insane. Oh my god, an hour long fucking.
I was
Yeah,
like, good thing I
60
fucking chose STEM.
No, 60
Dodge a
seconds
bullet.
is usually the 60 seconds is usually like it's either 60 or 90.
Yeah.
So you know, to be able to capture people's attention for a minute 30.
I'm
Oh
so
shit.
sorry.
Oh no, you're good. What is it? My phone?
Yeah, that sounded pleasant.
Hey, listen. Sometimes you gotta have a little surprise in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Throw the audience for a loop. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen here? You know. But yeah. Like I mean, like that's the type of thing that's very difficult for people who are studying to be actors to do. So it's like you being like, man, I'm gonna just make a 2-minute monologue, tell a story, go from what I show emotion, starting it off being really, really happy, and then eventually like flipping the script and making it very emotional, very well done as
Thank you
well.
guys.
Like
I really
I got
appreciate
very
that.
emotional watching it. I got emotional with you explaining it. And I'm like, that's hard. It's hard. So
Yeah.
you should like you're
Through
not tooting
social
your
media
own,
too, you know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
You're not tooting your own horn. You should give yourself
Yeah.
credit.
Thanks,
It's
guys. I really
incredible.
appreciate that.
It's
Yeah.
incredible, man. So I'm
Means
very,
a lot
very
in my
proud. I'm very, very proud, and I hope that we can do something at some point because it was very inspiring. Because I mean, like for the longest time, I think I've been in Los Angeles for like a year now, and I was like, man, I want to like make short films. I want to do short films, and I just like never did it. And then like looked on Instagram one day and popped up, and you had like a short film, and I'm like. This man just did it, like, and I'm like, it made me think. I'm like, oh my god, it's like actually
Yeah.
possible to do something and to make it like high quality as
Yeah.
well. Like that's the thing. That's the thing that's really that's the thing what keeps me from doing a lot of stuff is I'm such a perfectionist, and I'm like I think it's worth it if it's gonna be trash or if it's like or if it's gonna look like not in a certain way, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh my god, like Satish just fucking did it, like, and that's my friend, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like this is it was incredible, really.
Yeah.
You know what's
truly.
crazy? We could talk about it more like off camera, but I actually wrote another short like specifically for like the three of us.
Oh, let's
You're
go.
fucking lying to me.
I'm not lying.
Oh, you're kidding. That's real as fuck. Oh, that's real as fuck.
Oh, wait.
And trust, you will be seeing.
And trust you will be seeing
will
it
be seeing
soon.
this.
Gang.
And
You'll be seeing
trust you will be seeing that soon. Oh, I need that.
Yeah,
script
yeah, we're gonna talk about that off camera.
immediately.
But I did.
Woo.
Like, I really hope that, you know, doing that short film and then this next one and all the other things that you want to write, like, I do hope that gets you some,
Yeah.
Yeah, some
recognition from agents managers. The fucked up thing is though, you have like how many million followers on TikTok? Like
1.3.
1.3 million. Like it's really fucked up that if you were a white girl, you would have already had an agent manager.
Or
like,
white boy, honestly.
Or a white boy.
And that's like honestly that's something that like it's obviously like comparison is the thief of joy, but like it really does hurt sometimes like looking at that because like once my TikTok started like taking off and I was getting like the first couple 100K, I was like, oh man, dude, like once I hit 1 million, that's gonna be like that's punching my ticket. Like
Of course,
I made
because
it.
1
I thought
million.
that exact
That's
same
not
thing.
even naive. It's like
Yeah.
you have 1 million
I
people.
thought that exact same thing,
Yeah.
bro. I was like,
And you
I was
both
like,
hit
oh
your
my God,
million.
life's gonna. This is it. This is it.
and
This
it's
is when
not
life
life
changes.
changing for certain demographics.
And that's part of the reason why I was like, you know what, like I need to like I'm gonna find another way. Like I'm gonna take life by the
Yeah.
horns and like make this happen. And honestly too, like I mean it was like, and I really genuinely appreciate you guys like enjoying it, like the writing, everything about it, and my acting, like that truly means a lot. But the craziest part was like the growing experience of it, because that shit was hard, man.
Yeah.
Like there was a 2-minute short that took 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
to
bro.
do.
Oh, yeah.
The amount it takes, the amount of times I had to like I finished crying, wipe my eyes, and I'm like, okay, time to
do it
roast
again.
my dead brother.
Roll again.
No,
Yeah. Do the
it's
happy
like-
part again.
It's like, oh man, like, and that's like, that's something that like I have such a great deal of respect for, like actors, because I mean the thing that I understand too is that like there are people that like that's been their dream forever and they've been doing everything to pursue it, or that be like going to like Juilliard and like studying it, but like the last thing I want to do is like just be like another TikToker that's just like, oh, like he just wants to be like
the
in
imposter
movies.
syndrome. Yeah.
And like because I do like have like a respect for it, and I really am trying to be more of a student of it.
yeah.
So Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it more
For sure, man. Yeah,
off air, and
yeah.
I'm really excited to work with you guys.
I'm excited to work with you. That's just the best news of the night.
I definitely also have that thing where it's like I'm nervous about being perceived as an influencer who's going to be an actor, even though I'm just influencer adjacent. I'm not, an influencer on my own standalone. But I went to acting school. I studied at the Globe Theater. Like I have like the most training that you could have coming to LA, but I still have that like, am I going to be taken seriously because I got my start on social media? And I'm hoping that that's more of just like a paranoia because I think that that's the way that the world is headed. Is getting your start through social media because it's offers so much more personal agency.
Yep.
Because before it was really nepotism and friends of friends.
Yeah.
I think that it is unfortunate that some influencers really should not be actors and they're choosing to, but their career is going to be the length that it is. Probably not very long. They'll probably get tired of it because acting is really difficult and the whole process is really difficult, as you just saw making the 2-minute thing, and you've really got to be in it.
Yeah. Acting's not a job that I would recommend to anyone who doesn't love it. Because it sucks. I like as a whole, like if it wasn't so immensely and intensely fulfilling, it wouldn't be worth it. But it's like the joy that you get from acting is so worth it, but totally not if you don't like it.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Like even when I saw the final product of the short without posting it, like it was butterflies.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it was a whole different feeling. Like obviously when we posted like a TikTok, it's just like, I'll do well.
Yeah, and then you forget the next day because you gotta post it again. You gotta do it again.
But like with this, it was like I was genuinely like so proud yet scared.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing,
Being scared is good.
And it was like a true like learning experience. Because I knew, like I was like, even if like this gets horrible feedback and people hate it, at least like in some capacity that's constructive.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean like the feedback was like way better than I could have possibly imagined.
And I mean it was good. At the end of the day, I feel like if you put out good product, then people will flock to it.
Yeah.
That's what like the hope is.
That's the hope.
So sometimes
and eventually they do. It's just a matter of time.
Eventually they do.
I think
yeah.
how quickly
like the matter
it gets there is, I think, a lot of other factors.
But there's so much. Yeah, I mean, like you said, like there's so much that like the product gives you, because I like to put like a lot of like music in my pieces and a lot of in my works, and I listen to playlists that I made for those things, and I'm transported back to a time where I was like, oh my God, I remember when I was making this project and I was so happy. Like, and those are moments of my life that are not clouded by anything except for just passion and joy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing else in my life that is like that. It's just acting is just like a beautiful.
I thought our friendship gave you passion and joy.
Well, it does,
And-
Satish. And it does give me
So
and Satish,
So sad.
and he's acting, and now, and look at that.
Now, look at
Hashtag
that.
acting.
Hashtag acting.
Look at that.
Look
Actor.
at that. It comes
That's
so natural.
incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
Speaking of incredible stuff.
Oh, here we go. The heater.
The heater.
This is a big topic for this episode.
Yeah.
Me and Isaiah and Jacob just watched RRR yesterday.
Incredible movie.
Literally such an amazing film.
Amazing.
I experienced a lot of emotions watching it, just like internally, not even about the content of the movie, just like so much pride.
Yeah.
Because, I grew up in Nebraska. There was a lot of shame, in me being brown, I was a lot less white passing then also, by the way. So I was like visibly, like I was treated differently.
We'll show a picture.
Please don't. Do it. I was also not very cute.
Show a pic from her YouTube. We can cut that.
I was not.
Hold up.
Yeah. That was.
Yep.
But yeah, there was a lot of
Small
shame
talk
around
coming
being.
back.
Hey.
Whoa. Was that a segment?
That was the name of the channel.
That was
Cut
the name.
this.
Yeah, keep that shit in. That's hilarious.
Cut this. It's all private. All the videos are private, so you can't find them. You can't find them.
Bro. She was famous, bro. On YouTube.
People at school were making fun of me, for my YouTube, because they hate when people go out and do things.
How many subscribers?
No, that's so true. Like I like even to this day, like
7,000.
Whoa.
For a 12-year-old, come on. 7,000 y'all following a 12-year-old.
She got that clout.
Yeah.
She got that
That was
clout.
back in 2012 too. So
yeah, it was around that. Yeah, but people, being so critical of going out. And
It's because
fucked up.
I feel like
They wish they could.
Yeah.
And I feel
can.
being like Indian, brown, South Asian, they see white people in particular, they put you in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of like, oh, you're good at
You're smart.
math and science. How dare you try to do something else? Don't you know your lane?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shut up, Bradley.
Yeah, shut up, Bradley.
No,
I'm swerving into yours.
no, seriously,
And doing better.
And doing better.
and that's really hard, and that's also how people kind of perceive Indian entertainment also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's tiring. It's always been memed or made fun of, and I myself growing up to try to fit in with my peers
laugh
I would
along,
shit I would shit on it too, and
Right.
and I would feel embarrassed to be who I was, and that's
Exactly.
that's horrible. That's
Exactly.
horrible. No one should ever be, especially growing up,
kid?
you should not be ashamed of who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Or feel like you have to make fun of it to fit in.
Fit in, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's such a terrible thing. It's true. It's true.
It's horrible, and the fact that RRR did as well as it did and is continuing to do, man, there's so much pride in that. Maria, I'm sure
Yeah.
seeing that
Yeah.
is
I was
It's a
moved
game
to
changer.
tears. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was, but another feeling I was feeling at the same time watching the movie was honestly, a lot of anger for the fact that Desi people, and I guess just in general, non-white people have to put their pussies out. They have to put out the best of the best.
of the
They
best.
have to literally do so much to even just get a best song nomination at the or
Yeah.
best song award at the Golden Globes. White mediocrity needs to end.
you know what
End it.
it's crazy because people will be oh, indie movies are so weird because people are flying around and fighting midair. It's your favorite movie this year was about a kid who gets bit by a spider and becomes a spider.
Becomes a big human spider.
You're telling me that doesn't sound whack
That's
as
silly.
fuck on
And it's
paper?
a good movie, but so
It's
is
a good movie,
Bollywood
but,
films.
yeah.
But it's just the fact that it's indie and people are oh, that's whack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people can't get past the barrier of what was the quote that the director of Parasite said is if you are able to get past the incredibly large barrier of
reading something
super
up
small subtitles
on a
then you
screen.
can actually enjoy
Yeah.
good art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because RRR was probably one of the best action films of
Ever.
ever. It was one of the best action films ever, and definitely one of
It was one of my favorite
the
movies
best-
ever.
The best action film of the of this century.
It was
Yeah.
my
Best
favorite movie
action
this
film
year
this century.
at the very least,
Yeah.
for sure. 100%.
It was so
It's-
close.
incredible.
It was I mean,
It was badass.
amazing.
It's there's a whole thing about
was amazing.
Indians and Desi people not being cool and not being badass and just being nerds, and it's to see on screen these badass Desi people being they're swinging around, jumping,
Yeah.
fighting, so cool. It was this is what we need to
was
keep
hard.
showing
It went hard.
white Americans, because it's they're just people,
Yeah.
they can be badass too.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so tiring too because even in Hollywood, for example, the people, Indian people that get, or these people that get casted, it's the same shit. It's always oh, he's a cab driver, or he's a gas station owner, or he's a doctor. Or it's plucking the same tropes over and over
Yeah.
again, and it's just it's yo, we're normal ass people,
Right.
Right. Yeah.
and it's, I also think it's whack that the South Asian actors and actresses that do get to see the spotlight in Hollywood, they're like, coincidentally, their names are like super Western, like oh, Mindy Kaling,
Right.
Lily Singh,
Right.
and it's like obviously their shit's popping off, and I mean like. On one hand, it is great to see a representation, but like I feel like it's not getting the justice it deserves.
Right. It's still we're still barely like touching the surface.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you know anything about this, or if Jacob, if you look this up, I can't remember, but like, is there some like SAG-AFTRA rule that prohibits like a mingling of like a big Hollywood actor being in a Bollywood film, not because Bollywood or Tollywood needs it, because there's so many people in those country places of the world. It's like they have a big enough audience, but just for like to draw American audiences into it, to like kind of accept more Desi culture into like just their entertainment. I feel like if Margot Robbie was like in, a Bollywood film, I feel like people would watch it and
Bro,
maybe
Margot
start
Robbie and
respecting
Shah
it.
Rukh Khan, they'll go hard.
It would go hard. I don't know if there's a rule against it. If there's like
I really don't
international,
feel like they just don't need
Honestly,
it, so they don't look.
I just don't think anyone was thought outside of the box like that. Like I've never thought, that sounds like a great idea.
I would love that, because I didn't recognize any of the white actors in RRR.
Yeah,
so it's like, are
exactly.
they non-union? Where are they from? Like how did they? You know what I mean? That would be the hardest movie of all time.
They were all
That
British, right?
Yeah.
So I think they have like a different film.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of it would be hard to get permission to film a union shoot in another country, and also like Bollywood just doesn't really need us.
They just don't need
Yeah.
it. They're
But,
just so large because
people don't know that it's huge.
It's
yeah.
huge.
Well, the fiance the girl who played the fiance, she had 75 million followers
I looked
on
up
Instagram.
the one because she like looked
insane.
like me, which is
75
crazy I
million.
never watch things where people look like me, but this girl literally looked so much like me. So I looked her up on Instagram afterward.
75 million.
Yeah, 75 million.
That's more than Oprah.
More than Oprah.
That's
I
more
was
than Oprah.
expecting like obviously a lot, but I was like, holy shit, like that really put into perspective for me, like, oh, like
They don't need
us, but we kind of need them, like to make our country less racist.
It's
I
pretty
would love
insane.
that.
It's pretty insane, like how Americans kind of are like, we're it. You know, what I'm saying? Like our sense of nationalism really is just like, oh, everything comes through America. If it don't come through America, it's not worth it. And it's like there are two countries that are significantly larger than us with their own. I mean, Bollywood and Tollywood films, they have their own audiences, and it's like these are still people. Like if we're counting numbers, we have nothing on these on this group of people.
Yeah.
Also, you're a king for knowing the difference between Bollywood and Tollywood.
We figured it out
A lot of
last
people
night.
that are like, oh, it's Bollywood.
Like,
Yeah, because RRR was Hollywood.
You ignorant slut.
RRR was ignorant slut.
Yeah.
Well, it's also fucked up because RRR is a Tollywood film,
RRR
so
is
its original
Tollywood.
language was Telugu.
Yes.
And
it
That's my
wasn't
native
on
tongue,
fucking
bro.
Netflix.
Satish's native tongue, and it's in Hindi.
Yeah, they
I
only
can't-
had
I
Hindu
can't.
on the on
was a
Netflix,
diss, bro.
and Netflix is asked for that truly because we tried to watch the subbed version because I just don't like when the dubs are so like the Netflix doesn't try with their dubs, and they don't try it for fucking anything. They keep doing this shit with every single foreign language film, like foreign language film with foreign language TV. Like they make their dubs so ass, and then the subs are wrong. The subs are like the subs are, if people don't know, like a that's subtitle, but they keep they keep whatever the project is in its original language. But the translations for things are so often so fucking bad that it takes away from what the original writing was. And that same thing happened with Parasite when people tried to watch the sub of Parasite, and there were so many lines that were ass in comparison to what they were when they were in Korean.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing?
What
like
are you
y'all are
doing?
taking away from the
You have
art form
so
here.
much
It was
money.
the same thing with like Squid Game. Like I remember
Squid
like
Game too.
the English dub was like ass, but then like in the original language, like the subtitles, like the actors would be like going off, and the acting was great, and you're like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
And the subtitles just like, damn you. It's like, that's
exactly.
not
It's
what
like,
they
that's
said.
not what that
no,
dude's
that's not what they
saying.
said. And also sometimes the dub voice acting is just not good. Luckily for RRR, it was.
It was.
The dub acting
what's
for RRR
the
was good.
reason? Like, if the project's already in the language, can you not just like, what was Netflix's deal?
It's gotta have been a money reason, and it's gotta have been Netflix just not caring.
Yeah.
There's no
literally
way.
is up for Golden Globes. Like, this is a
Yeah.
critically acclaimed film, and you're not gonna have at least an option to be in its original language.
I mean, the closest thing that I could think is that people are like, oh, but like Hindi is like a more popular language. It's more widely known. But that's like, but you're not accepting the art in its original
Right.
form.
Right,
it was
exactly.
written
It was
and
right.
acted.
Put on subtitles and then just read it in your language.
We
that
don't
you speak.
have to like deal with that with Hollywood, because like everything they're like, English is like the business language. Like everywhere, like we'll have like an English,
Which is touched on RRR as to why that happened, because the English have only not invaded 22 countries in all of history. That's insane. The
That's
English,
disgusting.
the British need to be demonized in film more, because
Yeah.
that is the most evil country in history.
Sorry guys,
That-
but
they-
you're
those are
evil
the
as
most-
fuck.
These are the most evil human beings who have to have. Bruh,
They're watching this like, at least I can go to school.
I'm like, okay, well I'm out of school, so
yeah, it's like, okay, well,
Hey,
that
not
was
me. Hey, I gotta finish my degree.
right, okay, yeah, not too much on him now.
Not too much.
I didn't say
Not
shit.
too
It was
much
them.
on-
It was them, not
too
me.
much.
No,
Satish.
fuck you. Know, y'all gotta accept that. I think real
Right,
British people
Germans
know.
accepted the Nazi stuff.
Germans accepted World War II and the
And
Holocaust
they were like, yeah, we
very
fucked
well.
up. And they shut their
Yeah.
name out. So British
Damn,
The
people,
British people
fucked
need to
up.
get over. Yeah, the British people need to
You
fucking get over it.
fucked
Y'all are the most evil group of people in history, bro.
yeah.
Like, and it's not a question. Like, it's not like to not have only it. There are so many countries in the world, and you have only not invaded 22 of them.
and you would have if you could
And you
have.
would have if you could have. It just didn't make sense for you at the time.
Right.
But to have a like, and they actually had this in RRR was the slogan for the British Empire at the time was
The sun never sets
on the British Empire, and that's their literal thought process during that time was that if we conquer the entire world, technically from sun up to sundown everywhere. Somewhere
Whoa.
it will the British Empire
Yes.
will it'll be daytime.
That's like a demonic way of saying it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's the real motive. That was the real motive. Holy shit. That's so funny.
Oh my fucking god.
The flag is like a Moscow mule.
Yes, holy shit. That is hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, bro, they're literally I mean
No, but
it's
they're
like
evil.
yeah, no, they're
Yeah,
evil.
yeah.
They're evil for sure. And I mean it's like people kind of wonder like America's one of the most evil countries in history as
But
well.
who do you think we learned it
But
from?
that's exactly where we got
That
it
was
from.
mommy and daddy.
You know what's crazy
That was
though?
mommy
That's
and
where they
daddy.
got it from.
So my handle is Bratish, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you Google it, I guess it's slang for British.
Oh.
So,
Oh my god.
British.
so I was like, no. No. I'm talking about RRR, and everyone's like, oh, ain't you the fucking guy that fucking pick a side, bitch? I'm like, oh, it's not what it looked like.
Pick a side.
It was, dude. It was so funny. Like, I remember, like, even like people in my comments would be like, this guy ain't even British.
Like, ain't even British.
I'm not.
No
Th-
one's
th-
trying
this-
to claim that,
this-
bro.
This bloke is Indian, not British or American. I'm like, well, first of all, I can be Indian and American,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
But-
Come on.
I don't think nobody's trying to out here like claiming Britain, bro.
Yeah.
Even Scotland not trying to claim y'all. That's why they're trying to claim
Yeah.
independence. No, nobody fucking want to be British no more, man. The British suck, bro. They suck. Like that is they don't do anything. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's really unfortunate, bro. But like in history, if the only thing you're known for is conquering people, then your fucking country's ass.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, this is
It's
ass.
true.
At least the Germans had great music at one point in time. There's no English composed.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
there
had like
are
fun outfits and like food.
there are, yeah, but
British
it's like
food's bad.
British
like,
food is fucking bad. You
the
know what I'm
Germans have
saying?
like pretzels and
Yeah,
beer
bro.
and stuff.
Their
That's really
food, whack.
Yeah.
Their conquering, whack.
Yes.
Those goofy ass hats, whack.
me. I'm tight as fuck.
Bro,
Wow.
no, yeah, the British Empire is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
And it's a stain in history and a stain on
And
humanity.
RRR really felt just like watching it. Just
We got to start
so-
demonizing them more, for real.
Yeah.
Like
We
in
need
film.
more movies about
I was
that.
like, I'm like, these are the best villains ever. And I feel like in America, the Russians are the people we always make fun of because we're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we don't like them, communist, you know what I'm
Dude,
saying? All that shit.
Dude, every
British.
like war or like American like intelligence agency movie, it always starts off with like something bad happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's like sitting in office, they're like, so what are we thinking? Russians?
Yeah, yeah, it's like,
It's like
It's like,
okay.
motherfucker,
why
it
do
was
we
you?
Yeah.
why do we immediately jump to yeah, no.
Wasn't it
bro.
in Top Gun? They also like just had like a vague
Yeah,
enemy,
yeah.
and it was like giving Russian.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the enemy planes, like the MiGs,
Yeah.
like I guess that's like some sort of like Russian technology.
Yeah.
I could be wrong because I remember seeing Top Gun 1 and I was like, oh, what is that? So I googled it.
Yeah.
And it said some shit like that.
Yeah, Top Gun is
Don't quote me
intention-
on that. Though.
Top Gun Tom Cruise rather intentionally keeps the villains of Top Gun nameless
Yes.
because he doesn't want to like.
But
he
Russians
doesn't-
safe because they're white, so it's like all right.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Russia is doing some fucked up stuff. Putin and all that
Absolutely,
stuff.
yeah. No, Russia deserves to be named. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
But
there are
come on,
some
let's
crazy-
get creative.
Let's get creative and let's just make fun
Let's
of the British.
villainize some British.
You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
don't think we just and it's because like we're friends with them now and blah blah blah. But it's like, come on,
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying?
If you didn't like the accent so much, would you really like
for
them that much?
sure, for sure.
Come on.
Now I will say British comedy now is great.
I love British comedy.
British comedy now.
Fleabag,
Comedy.
best show on earth.
Fleabag is
Fleabag,
incredible.
best
Phoebe
show on
Waller-Bridges, one of the
Save her. If
one
we're
of the
gonna revolt,
greatest
if we're gonna
comedians,
rise,
of
roar,
this
revolt,
generation.
save Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, Phoebe
Wow.
Waller-Bridge. Yeah, Jonathan Bailey from
Oh, yep.
Jonathan
Love
Bailey
that.
from Bridgerton and Crashing.
Yeah.
Who's another? Yeah, no. I'm not
Anyway,
really- so,
yeah,
but,
we're not-
but the point is, I don't
promote
want to.
Britain.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to change this to a promote Britain podcast, but still, you know, it's like
what am
real.
am I wild for like when I was watching RRR?
Yeah.
I was like, is this like Desi people's Wakanda? Because
What
I
are you
felt
talking-
so. I was like, I'm going through similar emotions. Like, I'm brought to tears. Like, is this what Black people felt like when they watched Black Panther? Because
The ending scene is that they're all standing like,
Bruh, you not knowing if you could say that was so fucking funny, bruh. You was like,
Wait.
it's,
I told you this joke at that one party, but do you, do you know what white people's
what?
do you know what white people's Wakanda is?
What?
Nashville.
No, y'all need to stop.
It's a great city though. Great city though.
Man,
great city, great city.
Nah, you're so fucking nasty for that. You're nasty as hell for calling it a great city.
Well, we can't dog on Nashville.
It's a fun city.
It's fun.
Nashville is a fun city, but it is white people's Wakanda.
Just give me 6 beers and I'm ready to listen to goddamn
Holy
anything.
shit.
And was RRR Desi people's Black Panther?
I guess so, yeah.
Because it's like
Must have.
just as good as Marvel, if not better.
No, it was
and like
definitely
so
better
badass.
than Marvel films, yeah.
You know, like I think I'm not a Marvel person. I've never gotten into the MCU, whatever. None of the movies really interest me is the only issue. But like I really love the Black Panther like lore.
Black Panther doesn't feel
Yeah.
like what
because it doesn't
Marvel.
feel like Marvel because there's
Purposefully.
actually they're fighting for something
Purposefully, yeah.
real. Like they're fighting for something true to this day and age still. Like it feels real. And that is a similar way that I felt with RR. Like it is a
Yeah.
period piece set in the back the past, but they're fighting for something real that's still a problem.
It felt
today.
legendary. That's what it did.
Yeah.
So yeah, it felt very legendary. That's that's what I said.
Actions,
a lot of
all the
time.
action sequences,
all of the action sequences, each one built upon each
Yeah.
other in such an incredible way.
the,
You know what I'm saying?
the songs.
Yeah.
The songs
I
were
mean, obviously, like
incredible.
that's what the Golden Globe it won for was best song.
Not,
like,
yeah.
Um,
And yes,
And
I
it would
do
have won
think-
more if Hollywood wasn't racist. But
No, yeah,
shout out to
I'm gonna say yes. I do think that RRR is definitely like Daisy People's Wakanda.
like Black Panther.
I would say that. I would definitely say that because I feel like people pulled up for that. I feel like people pulled up,
dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For
Crazy.
RRR. Like in a way that like it hasn't happened before. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is great. The Golden Globes are y'all are fucking trash for the way that y'all treated
The way that nobody clapped.
the way that nobody fucking clapped when they won for best original song. Y'all are fucking trash. Y'all are garbage.
That's wild.
And you know what? And while we're on this topic, and this doesn't have anything to do with RRR, Gerard Carmichael, you did a great job hosting that show, and I feel for you, brother, because it is hard to make white people from Silver Lake laugh. And you tried your best.
Yeah, you
tried your best, and they
And
won't
they were
laugh,
giggling.
Bro. They
Some of
giggled
them
a
were
little.
giggling.
They giggled a little. They giggled a little. But you know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
was
like,
cracking up.
I was laughing. I was laughing, but I was like, I feel for him. He's going through a non-white LA comedian's hell, which is trying to make white people from Silver Lake in Hollywood laugh.
Damn.
That's so difficult. It's so difficult because they don't want to laugh at shit. He made like a fucking Scientology joke. No one fucking laughed. It's like, come on, y'all know that shit. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
crazy.
come
Now
on.
that shit was so funny.
Laugh.
But the way that y'all treated RRR at the
Was
fucking
fucked
Golden
up.
Globes was absolutely fucked up because just because fucking Taylor Swift and Rihanna didn't fucking win doesn't mean
They
that
don't
you
need
don't
Golden
fucking, they
Globes.
don't fucking
This
need
is
the
why
Golden Globe.
We need the invites to these fucking award shows,
Right.
Because we would have been in that bitch
I've
like,
been screaming.
Yeah,
What do you
fucking
mean?
dog. It was great.
you would have
And
seen me.
I
With,
have been in that room for an award show.
you would have seen me.
Oh,
By the way.
okay.
So I'll be there one day again.
Okay.
Bro, we would have if we were there for that. I would have stood up with like 2 glasses of wine.
Yeah,
And
man.
just yelled like, "It's 5 o'clock somewhere." And they'd be
sun
like,
doesn't
"What the fuck?"
set.
What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? No, it's an inside joke from our other thing.
Yeah,
It's about like the British Empire and shit. Fuck the British people. Don't let it come over here and
Yeah,
say
yeah.
shit about our schools anymore.
Yeah, which is arguably like so tragic. The school shootings are so tragic. Like, why are we like
but-
joke about anything else?
that was a crazy sentence. Where you said arguably.
Oh yeah.
You said there's no argument.
Yeah, there's no arguing.
Nobody's arguing with you.
Sorry.
Yo, not to be like problematic, but
school
shootings
fucking
suck.
suck, bro. School shootings are fucking terrible.
That's so well,
kind of whack.
Cancel me if you fucking want. Cancel me if you fucking want, bro.
The woke
I don't
mob.
fucking like school shootings.
I don't like them.
Keep
I wouldn't
real.
do it.
In racism.
Yeah. No, literally. And that's my political
Justin
stance.
Bieber's
What? Wait, what? Justin Bieber did an
Bieber's MLK pose. Yeah, it's so fucking funny, bro.
Okay,
It's so fucking
Does Justin
funny.
Bieber have any black friends?
Yeah.
And what?
Black people love Justin Bieber, yeah.
I feel like Justin
didn't
Bieber
anyone
gives
tell
me
him to
vibes
not
that he would like.
Weird MLK post.
It's just it wasn't weird. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was funny because it was really stupid. It wasn't like a fit. I didn't read it. I don't think anyone is ever gonna read it and like be offended by it. It was just like this was unnecessary. But of course, why not? It's Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is beloved by the black community, though.
That's so weird because he like fully.
Yeah. I mean that was a heartbreaking.
said the N-word.
that was a heartbreaking day. That was a
Whoa,
heartbreaking day for the
what?
black.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was younger, he made like run nigga jokes like chainsaw. You know the like chainsaw joke where it's like what does a chainsaw say when it sees a black person run
no.
nigga? Which is unfortunately the way that the joke structure is unfortunately very funny, but that is not a funny joke. And don't be telling your black friends that, white people who are watching this show. Don't be telling your black friends that because they won't find that
Or
funny.
brown people, you can't say it either.
Yeah,
you can't say it either.
Don't fucking say that shit. Don't say that shit. But inside the black community, you know, I did watch
Yo,
that video. and I was like,
arguably, you like shouldn't say that.
Arguably, you shouldn't say the N-word. Arguably, you shouldn't say the
the
N-word.
N-word. Should not say the
And
N-word.
that's my political
Fucked up. No, but yeah, his post it was really, really stupid. But it's because he was discovered by Usher. He was discovered by Usher. That's the reason why. Yeah, he's and I mean makes like he makes pop music, but he claims it's R&B. He keeps trying to like force himself to be this R&B or try to be recognized as like this R&B artist, and we're like, we're not going to do that. But you are great, you know what I'm saying? You know, but Justin Bieber,
I want to see him pull up and like sing one of the songs in the RRR sequel.
Right, impossible.
that
like
would be
impossible.
insane.
The
They
thing
were
is,
so
that's impossible for
talented.
Justin Bieber to do.
Yeah, no, that would
but
be
Justin
impossible
Bieber's
for him.
wildly successful and famous. But
Yeah.
once again, he's not mediocre, but he can't do what RRR did.
The
No,
dance
for
sequence
sure.
in Natu Natu is crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
It was insane. It was crazy that they. I said at the end of the movie when during all the crazy action sequences or some of the best action sequences I've seen in film in such a long time, I was like, it's crazy that Natu Natu was in this movie too,
Yeah.
because Natu Natu was so celebratory and fun. It was like a musical. It was just beautiful,
Yeah.
so great, and then just all of a sudden it was
Yep,
everything. It was
That's a
everything.
Bollywood film.
I'm like so happy that you guys like really love the movie.
Man, I loved it.
Because like this is like the first time in my life really that like my friends have like loved something that my culture produced.
Oh wow.
Obviously it's your culture as well.
Sure.
But like even like from my like other groups of friends, like they're like, dude, that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like
Finally.
Finally.
Like, you don't have to be embarrassed.
Yeah, that is
by
that. This is really y'all's Black Panther
It
for real.
really-
'Cause that's exactly
my
how
hard
Black
time.
Panther.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly.
War's a heart at times.
It's
So.
Yeah,
like-
man.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be like, I fucking tried to tell y'all this, bro.
Yeah.
I tried to tell y'all.
I've been
if
saying
y'all
this shit
gave it a
since
chance.
1997.
Yes, bro. I like if y'all fucking gave it a fucking chance. I told y'all would like it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Me
I
about
told
chicken
you.
tikka masala. Like,
Bro.
I was made fun of. I was called stinky. People were moving away from me at lunch. And now all these TikTok girlies being like, trying chicken tikka, which I'm glad you like
Oh,
it.
God.
I'm glad you like it.
They're always
But
like,
where was that energy?
Where was that?
okay, so it's like a Brad. I'm gonna tear it off and
And then I'm gonna put it on a fork.
it
and
look- it
then I'm
looks-
gonna dip it in the
it looks like some kind of sauce.
yeah.
Dip it in.
You're so
tiny
good at
bit of
these
stuff.
voices.
All right, come on.
It's like you remember in SpongeBob when Squidward takes a tiny bite of the
Yes.
Krabby
Yes.
Bite.
It's
Yes.
exactly
They're like,
them trying
yes.
Indian food.
This is good.
It's like spicy, and like creamy, and like
Spicy, creamy.
I kind of like it. I'm
It's
like,
like that's brave of you to say.
That's very brave. Yeah, I'm glad that. Yeah, I guess white people are just gonna be white people.
Sure.
They're gonna be annoyed, but
we should all get Indian food sometime.
Oh, absolutely. There's a
Yeah,
place
I
that
would
does
love
free
to.
delivery
Whoa.
by here.
love to.
And we've got to get that.
Which
Yeah.
coincidentally, it's called Agro Cafe.
Hmm.
Agra was featured. In
Agra was
yeah.
on the map in the little like in RR. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Yes,
Wow.
it was. I assume that's the place in it.
Agra, yeah,
Also,
Agra.
the way that it showed off the country was incredible because in
you
American
were,
media,
you kept saying you were like, this is
I was like,
India.
this is what
beautiful,
I
bro.
had no fucking idea what
Beautiful.
India looked like, right? Like at all. And and the only India that I had seen in film was like
Slumdog Millionaire.
I haven't even seen Slumdog
Oh.
Millionaire, but yeah, they show. But that's that type of vibe. Yeah,
Like
it's like
Bombay.
it's
like,
big-
cities,
yeah,
and
it's
it's like
because,
gross or
like,
harsh.
Again, like it's like those stereotypes and tropes of like, oh, like Indian people are like they're dirty, their lifestyles are dirty, like smelly, stinky. Go
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
No, but like,
actually.
but like, they're and you could say the same thing about the U.S.
Bro, I
Right.
actually
Every
don't
major
feel-
city.
I don't feel like Americans understand that they're watching propaganda or shit when it's happening. Like, I don't feel like people get it because I think people watch a movie like when you watch something like fucking Top Gun, right? And Tom Cruise is riding down the fucking street in a motorbike.
Yeah.
And it's showing the landscape of America and it looks beautiful. There's no yellow filter. There's no people who look upset. It's just a white guy smiling. That's not just because, it's partly because Tom Cruise just wanted to catch a vibe in that film. But it's also because it's like, we are showing off the best of America because we are American and this is what we want people to see. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a coincidence that the next time when you see a country like Mexico, there's a yellow filter over it and you only see people sad and poor and hurt. That's propaganda.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
what that is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
People
it's
don't
like
get
it's
it.
like in movies, like when they go to a foreign country, it's like, oh, I have a contact in Delhi, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. And their music
Scary,
starts
they're like,
yeah.
it's like come follow me, my friend.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
even the right
like,
accent.
I'm keeping you to
Right,
this
right.
secret.
Come follow me, my friend.
Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Like
Frenchman and Deli.
Yeah, like for
Right.
real.
What
What
Yeah.
the fuck is going
Like,
on?
what are we
yeah, like what's going, like that is what propaganda is, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like people just don't understand.
No, it's loud as fuck for you to keep the volume on full.
I didn't realize there was a sound. I'm sorry.
That's wild as shit.
So embarrassed. Oh, that was so sweet. That was so sweet.
Funny as hell.
No, I feel like people really do need to recognize though, like what you're watching, and you need to have some sort of like critical ability to be like, there's a reason why these things
You
are
have
happening.
certain
You know,
biases
every
and-
time, Marvel does this all the time, right? Marvel movies are about superheroes, yes. So why do you think that you are seeing a United States military armada randomly at sea? Why? Do you?
Right.
That has nothing to do with the superheroes.
Right.
That's not for fun. That's not just because it's like, they're doing some crazy shit. They could do that at the fucking Avengers Tower if they want to. They're doing it on a major U.S. ship because it makes America look powerful and strong. And that's the whole thing, is bringing America up and making every other country feel down. So that's why it's so important to watch shit from other places,
Right.
because then you actually learn what these places
Right.
are. Because
You grow an appreciation for it.
yeah,
Exactly.
Americans I'm like, this is the first time I've fucking seen anything from this country. Like, I'm like, I have no fucking idea there are forests in India. I have no idea, like, the fucking geography of this country. I don't know the geography of majority of the Middle East. I don't know the geography of majority of most Asian countries. I'm like, because they don't show it.
Right. And sooner than Hollywood's gonna start doing that, like, you can just go and seek that out by watching foreign film. Like, that journey for Hollywood to start showing that accurately is much more grueling.
And Hollywood's
than
not
just
going to start showing it until people start to show that
wanting it.
they care
and that they
about
will
it.
give you money to watch it. It's
Because
all about
everything is
what's gonna make the
capitalism
money.
fueled. Everything
Yeah.
is capitalism fueled, unfortunately.
100%.
So, that's
And
that
I
is
mean,
what it is.
I think we're shifting that direction, and
Yeah.
hopefully RRR wins more awards to
Hopefully.
kind of show that, show Desi excellence and kind of propel people forward. I wish RRR was more like social media-able,
Yeah.
so it can get like viral, a lot of virality.
It's just going to be hard when it's not in its original language.
Exactly. Like, how are you going to meme something that's like nowhere you can find the right language?
Netflix
It's
is fucking ass, man. Netflix is ass. That was an incredible film, though. You really should watch
You
it.
guys should-
it's on
100%
Netflix.
watch it.
Yeah, it's 3
Fucking
hours.
start watching shit with subtitles. Like, I start watching shit with
Right.
subtitles, or just fucking watch the dub version. Like, the shit doesn't stop expecting things to be all Americanized for you
Yeah.
to be able to like it and
Yeah.
enjoy shit. Like, fucking enjoy art because it's art.
Yeah. I will say
Or you're
though,
gonna miss
like
out.
obviously there were a lot of disappointing things that came about from this movie, but
A win is a
a
win.
win is a win. It's
A win is a win.
it is a massive step in the right direction.
Huge.
Regardless,
And I'm
it's
very happy
still,
about that.
Like, what is it? It's
Best
the
song.
largest best song, and then one of like best selling Indian film ever,
Yeah.
right?
It's the first Golden Globe India has ever
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like the
and first Golden Globe
yeah.
Asian country has ever won.
Really?
Yeah.
wow.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
I think or first for original song.
Okay.
Yeah. For original song.
Wow.
Because I think
And
Parasite
you
won
guys see the competition they had to beat to even win that
beat
award?
Rihanna and Taylor Swift. That's huge.
Eat shit,
That's
Swifties.
massive.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey,
I ain't saying that.
Hey.
Don't bring that.
y'all are scary.
know where
so-
y'all
Don't bring that.
Don't bring that to me.
No, I ain't saying all
But-
that. I said that that's the
But I know some of you Swifties were on Twitter fucking calling Indians stinky because Miss Taylor Swift didn't win. So maybe y'all need to hear it.
Yeah. And also stop coming after SZA because the SZA album is incredible
Yeah.
as well. So like,
Yeah,
we gotta,
just be
we
normal.
gotta-
Just
yeah,
be regular.
normal. Yeah,
Swifties, just be
other
regular.
Other people can have things. Other
Right.
people can have
Taylor
things.
Swift has
you know what I'm
enough.
saying?
She's a billionaire.
Yes.
She's good.
Also, I'm sure she enjoyed the film if she watched
Taylor
it.
Swift definitely has not seen RRR.
She's like, not to.
Right. She posts like
should.
Taylor's version.
She listened to Taylor's version of Not
Not
to
to-
Not.
No, no. It's in Nashville.
Oh my
Yeah.
The opening drums, it's just hurt like the guitar.
shit.
Literally, Literally. Yeah.
So funny, man. Oh my God.
We
Yeah,
gotta
bro. Start opening your mind to shit.
open
That's
your
that.
mind.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just start enjoying art for art. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to fucking like know everything that's like learn. That's what learning is. Learning that, you know, delving into shit.
I think most people don't even like understand what foreign film is. Like, they don't know what they're getting into. They think it's gonna be like bad or like not as produced as Hollywood, but it looks
That
like
movie-
a Hollywood film.
yeah,
The CGI was kind of wild, but
CGI was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
they were
all
the animals
things
looked too
considered.
cute.
The
I just
animals
wanted
did
to
look
hug
cute.
them.
The tiger.
I feel like it works though for the film.
It worked for the
I
film.
feel
It
like
worked for the
works
film. That's the
movie.
literal. But if you were to complain about anything, it would be that
Yeah.
CGI was like looked a little.
I mean, the
different.
movie took 72
For the
million to
budget
produce.
All
that
things
they're
considered.
working with,
Yeah,
Like,
all
it
things
was-
72,
considered.
yeah. There's
So that
72
is
million.
million.
it.
Good.
Otherwise, it is like completely flawless. Like, Indian people are so smart. Like, when you watch this movie, like they are just so, like the metaphors that they used and like the humor. Like Indians are so funny.
It's
like
very,
they're
like,
so
it's
witty.
very poetic and like
Yes.
you literally like you do feel like a wide range of emotions like to like the furthest extent.
Yes, for
Yeah,
every
you know.
character you have mixed feelings.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, none of the women are like the women, you know, pull through in the end, you know, like with some cool scenes, you know, like it's a great.
It's a great film.
Yeah,
It's a great
yeah.
film. I mean, just incredibly well done. Incredibly well done.
Fun fact. So you know, so the actress who plays the fiance
Yeah.
or the wife, I forget her role exactly. With the 75 million on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Aliyah Bhatt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I interviewed her husband.
No
Before.
way.
What?
Yeah, Ranbir Kapoor.
What?
So like sometime last year, are you familiar with the production company Yashraj Films?
Yeah.
Like
Nope.
yeah. So they produced films like Kalahonaho, which is like one of like the greatest Hindi movies of all time. You should watch
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You're gonna cry your eyes out.
Word. Amen.
Um,
Where's it at? Netflix?
I think so actually. Yeah. But basically they hit me up and they were like, hey, like, Ranbir Kapoor's releasing a film like at some point in the near future, and they're doing like a virtual Q&A on a Zoom call. And I got to like ask him a question. I forget what question I exactly asked, but I was like so nervous. It came out like so stupid. I was like, yeah. So what was like your favorite moment shooting the film for the film? And I immediately was like, what the fuck, dude?
Fuck. Yeah. But
Yeah, man. It's hard to ask questions to people that you like
Q&As are
really
scary.
respect, bro.
Q&As are scary.
Yeah, man. It was
meeting your
tough.
heroes is scary.
It's hard, yeah. I met Joshua Henry. He was a Broadway actor. I met Joshua Henry, and I was on the phone crying to my mom about something else, and then I saw him, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to at least say something to him." But I was in the middle of tears, and I was like, "I fucking love your shit, bro.
Oh.
Like, I'm serious. Like, this shit really meant so
Oh,
much to me."
damn.
And he was cool about it, but it was I was like in tears. I'm like, okay. Now
This
I
is-
like
yeah.
afterwards. I'm like, this was an
That was
insane
wild
thing
as
to put him
hell.
through. And he also had to perform like 5 minutes later because he performed like outside for something. It was crazy, like a Broadway like outside event
Wow.
thing. And I'm like, that was an insane thing to do. That was an insane thing to do. But he seemed like he enjoyed it. I don't know. Hopefully.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, shout out. Amen.
Well,
Wow, this is a great episode.
What a great
wow, thank
episode.
you so much for coming on, Satish.
Dude, thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes,
This
it
is
was an
awesome.
absolute blast.
anything that you have going on, Satish?
Yeah, so just filming more shorts, more like serious writing and acting, just at Bratish, and Instagram, which is at Bratish_. And with the short film, it's called White Wings. So if you guys want to, you can check that on my
good, dog.
on my Instagram, and it's pinned to my TikTok profile as well.
We're breaking broke.
Huge thanks
Oh my god.
to our newest
Oh my
Baroque
God.
queen.
Oh my God.
Sebastian Pereira.
Thank you,
My boyfriend's
Sebastian.
best friend, my partner in crime.
You're
You're
a
an
legend.
icon. I love you, and the support that you've given has been just so kind and sweet. And if you want to join Sebastian and Bennett in being Baroque Queens, go
Yep.
to our Patreon.
Yeah.
We're gonna add in a new tier for $1 if you want to be a Baroque baby, and just give your support in whatever we can. But if you want to give us $10, like Sebastian
become
and Bennett,
queen.
please.
Yes, then
And
become
then
a
you're a
queen.
queen, and we love you forever. And give you a kiss on the mouth. Bye. Yeehaw.